welcome to the Backroom Podcast, episode 3.
Episode 3, my friend. You don't even know what happened to this episode.
Nope.
Because it's episode 3.
Only 3, we promise.
Definitely only number 3.
You want to tell him?
Should I just tell it?
Yeah, just tell him.
So, the real episode 3, the first half of it, because you're recording like 30-minute chunks occasionally, it was interrupted, I guess, and like half of our conversation at the beginning was missing, so we're gonna go over the first few topics that we did before and stitch them into the rest because it's okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it won't be as authentic as it was the first time when we told these stories.
Sadly, no.
It's gonna be more, literally just point to point.
Yeah, pretty much. It's gonna be like, this happened, that's it.
Yeah.
Not so much.
And we're also trying a new recording, way of doing things.
Yes. My PC sucks, so
We got a second one.
yeah, we're splitting video and audio capture, so we don't have those weird janky audio problems.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then when the video goes all shitty, the audio's still okay, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully this fixes it.
It's a start, at least.
I know.
I hope to God.
Either that or we have to figure out a get-rich-quick scheme.
So,
Something. We'll sell Adam.
we'll sell him to science.
He's been banished so far. That's if you hear him.
He's
So.
over here in the Shadow Realm. Just begging for his soul.
But yeah, so hopefully that fixes things. And hopefully better videos. So I guess we can start off. Again, pretty much. So we'll start off with my story of the week, which happened even longer at this point.
It was a while ago. By now. Was it? I don't care.
It
Go on.
was probably like a month ago at this point.
Holy shit.
But so if you guys don't know, because I think I have to recap this, me and Mike are into Magic, and Magic the Gathering for you more casualers.
Although I do magic tricks. Occasionally.
No, that's gonna confuse them more.
I'm way into magic and magic.
We're talking about the TCG here.
Oh, I'm into the Pokemon too.
Yeah, Mike's a novice.
I am very novice.
I would say I'm a mid-veteran, not like a pro tour person, but like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I have plenty of decks.
I started 2 years ago? Maybe years ago, before COVID, and I'm still on my first deck. I haven't built another one yet.
Slow and steady. I mean, Magic's an
It's pretty
expensive
complicated.
hobby.
Yes, it's very expensive. Cards are so dang good looking.
And I'm kind of excited. We're gonna get Secret Layers coming out. So.
Get the rest of that neon anime shit.
Oh yeah. Kamigawa.
It's actually really cool.
At least now too, my cough's pretty much almost gone.
It's much weaker now.
Yeah. So back to my story. So at our local game shop, a new guy showed up, and just to make the story go a little quicker, the owners figured that most of the cards that he was going to give away were proxies, and which was really a shame too, because all those proxies were Power 9 pieces.
Okay. Right.
And they were all fakes. It was really, really sad.
If I remember correctly, my boss
Your boss man.
at my work is a former Magic champion on the East Coast, and I believe confirmed that those cards were fake. Told me about it. And I was just like really disappointed.
Yeah.
For that guy,
I mean,
I hope he didn't pay too much for those.
From the way things went, I think he knew that they were fake. So I think he was just trying to He was trying to make a quick buck.
See what he could get.
Yeah.
Sounds like it worked.
I mean, yeah, like part 2 of the story, it did. So the guy kept coming back periodically. This time I was able to see him, and then he went to the counter and he was like pawning off more of his cards, but I didn't see him pawn them off. But towards the end of Friday night, I went to the counter. I was like, "Hey, those cards are pretty good. I want some of those."
Mm-hmm.
And they were all like $50 cards, pretty much around there. Like, for example, for people that know, one was like a Crucible Worlds, Fairy, Hero Dominaria, pretty much like stuff like that.
Didn't pay that much for them, right?
No.
Okay, good. Thank God.
I probably would have.
If someone hadn't been like, "Whoa, those are fake." Or did you notice?
Well, when I picked them up, I knew something was off immediately.
Okay.
So, what really tipped me off was there was a Consecrated Sphinx, which is again another $50 card.
Mm-hmm.
Most rare cards in Magic the Gathering, it goes from rare to mythic. They have these little rare stamps in the bottom middle.
Right.
And the Consecrated Sphinx didn't have that. It was literally just printed on there.
Oh no.
And what sucks too is like if you're looking at rares all day, you don't really pay attention to it.
You look for that little symbol.
Yeah.
In the shine.
And what was crazy too was like the Crucible didn't have it because it didn't have that was before they did those. But the Teferi, it did have a stamp, but it didn't have the symbols or like little like it looked like half circles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or quarter circles.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy looking. But in the end, what happened is I ended up getting all the proxies for like $1.
All of them together for $1?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's awesome.
And hopefully this time I'll remind myself to send you the damn picture of those stupid cards.
Oh yeah, please, so I can put them up.
Yeah.
Show the world their fakeness.
Yeah, they're in my binder. They're literally right there.
I assume they're somewhat convincing aside from the stamp. Or is there like weird faded colors?
And there's like there's some tells. And yeah, they feel like really bad.
Okay. Like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Those felt awful. Fake ones were just like thinnest cardboard ever.
Mm. Yeah, that's what they also felt like too. They like it didn't feel authentic. Like you can literally feel it.
Right.
And then there's also some tells, like the Teferi, one of the mana symbols was like really blotched.
Okay. It was all
there was
shit.
a Jace the Mind Sculptor. His name, has the name on the top of the card.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a different font. It was like more thinner. And it wasn't as bold.
So just like very kind of subtle things, sort of.
Yeah, you can see them everywhere. And what was kind of neat was the way that we figured out that they were fake is the owner has like this kind of like this microscope too.
Okay. Oh, cool.
And it can zoom in like 24 times or something like that.
He's got like a jeweler's magnifying glass.
It's like that, but it's like.
But it's for cards.
I think it was for like doctors or something like that.
Oh, okay. Oh. He's got some cool shit in there.
And I guess you can tell like some like printing stuff because you're able to like see patterns in the ink from like normal printers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like there was another thing too is like if you could tell if it's fake or not, like in the back of the magic card, how it has the 5 little dots.
Mm-hmm. They'll be like weird.
Yeah, so I guess in the green dot. I never knew this, but in the green dot, if you're able to zoom in enough, you're able to see these red dots in the green.
Really?
And if you're able to see the red dots, that makes it more authentic. It was kind of weird. I didn't know that was a thing.
Magic cards are like money with their fucking anti-counterfeit measures. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that.
I mean, there is that, but like it still got passed off from.
Yeah, still though.
So
somebody wasn't looking close enough. Or somebody did a really good job faking it.
But yeah, that was a crazy time.
Wild.
Yeah, so that's pretty much my story to recap for the week. So, Now we're on to yours.
Yeah. Oh God, what did I do?
You went to your concert, remember?
All right, that doesn't matter. I went to a concert, right, in a big city, right? Okay. All right.
Tell the people what it was.
I saw, was a rap concert.
Rapper.
R.A.P. with the R.A.V. X Society. It was a great time. Kill Bill, the rapper, Rav, Aerospace, Square, Shaka D Cakes, and No One Is Important. Shout out to all y'all. Good show.
I still like that last person's name.
He's just my favorite name. I like Shaka D Cakes too. Did some good cakes. And the show was great. It was a smaller venue, so it was really personal and kind of intimate.
I didn't ask this last time, so like, how big was it? Like, how many people?
So it was. How would I explain that?
Is it like 50?
It was at least
or 100.
50 to 70 people.
Okay.
So it wasn't too many. Honestly, there was less people there than I expected. But the show was great. Very energetic crowd. The performance on stage was incredible. And then the show ended. And I bought some merch, and I was real happy. Super cool. Super fresh in my new merch. Walking out the door. Walk over to the parking lot I parked in. Truck's gone.
Rip truck.
I go, did I park here or did I park somewhere else?
Press panic button.
So I walk down the street, and I'm like, this doesn't look familiar. So I walk up the street the other way, and I'm like, this also doesn't look familiar. So I walk back to the venue, and I'm like, maybe I'll check again. So I walk back to that parking lot again. I'm like, it's still not here.
Is it the truck that I know you drive?
It's the big black truck.
Oh, so it's the new truck.
Yes. So, not my truck, essentially. So I get the little dongle for the keys out, and I start hitting the panic button.
I forgot what they're called.
Oh my God, where is it? Where's that truck? Oh my God. So I'm having a little panic attack, right? So I full on sprint back into the venue like someone stole my car. No. And my phone was dead, by the way, as well.
Oh God.
I got 5 pictures of the show and 4 seconds of video before it died. So I was in the city, no phone, no ride, like 35 degrees outside. So
it was pretty cold.
I ran in. There was a security lady, and I just started freaking out to her, like, oh my God, can you please help me? My car's been stolen or some shit. Do you have a phone, maybe a charger? I don't know. And she's like, whoa, slow down. I've been towed there before. Let's get you their number. And I'm like, holy shit, awesome.
Did you have to pay for the toll too?
Oh my God, yes I did.
Oh.
We'll get to that, don't you worry. She gave me her phone. She calls the tow company. I ask them where my truck is, and they give me an address, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'll have someone dispatched out there in 30 minutes. He sounded like he wanted to kill himself. So then...
Well, like, there was probably a legit mistake. Like, he probably didn't have to tow it since it was from a venue or whatever.
Maybe.
Or did you, like, park, like...
So, I parked, like, behind the venue, right?
Okay.
And it was this little parking lot in front of, like, a little corner store. So I thought it would just be fine to park there for an hour or two. And turns out there's a little sign, like, I don't know, the size of a...
Like maybe a poster or something? Like a pretty decent poster?
Like a smaller poster, yeah.
Mm.
And it's not illuminated at all. Completely, totally in the darkness. It says private parking. Violators will be towed.
Oh, no.
Didn't see that because it was dark as fuck when I got there. So that lady, she helps me. She comes out, stands in the parking lot with me. Luckily, somebody there, another fan at the show, also parked there and got towed. Mm-hmm. So he was just chilling, not freaking out because he lives there. So he's like, whatever, I'll just get an Uber. I'm over here like, yo, dude, can I get an Uber with you? And he was so kind and gracious. I'll never forget that man. I never learned his name, but he gave me an Uber. We Ubered over to the tow lot, paid $350 after waiting 2 hours at
Gross.
midnight for the tow truck guy to show up. And then I went home. It took me 3 hours to get home from there. So
Man, it sucks too because um I was also there too at the big city.
Oh, that's right. You were also there.
Although it was more personal matters, and by the time I was leaving, you were you were just
I was
arriving,
probably just getting there.
which sucked. So
It's kind of ironic.
I know if we probably would have talked to each other, we'd be like, oh, should have just hooked up
Just
each
hung
other.
out. Just come with you guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll go pay for that later. But nope, it's paid on the spot. $350.
Gross.
Brutal. Very brutal.
How
But,
much was the venue? Do you know?
I bought 2 tickets, but I couldn't find anybody to go with me. So I only paid $15.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It was like $6.50 a ticket. It's their first tour. It's really cheap. I'm glad I went. I bought 2 tickets and supported them, even though nobody came with me.
What kind of merch did you buy?
So I got a hoodie. I got a long sleeve that's like a graphic long sleeve. It's got all kinds of shit on the sleeves. And I got a hat.
Nice.
But it's like a dad hat.
Dad
So
hat.
I don't wear it all that often.
Like a little net hat. Like a trucker hat.
That's like what this is. It's more like one of those, has a little small bill that is really like bent.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
duck bill. It says "Summertime Never Ends." I think I wore it last week actually,
Oh. Oh yeah, I think I did remember seeing it last podcast.
and I love that hat. I had a good time with the show. Bad time in the city. That was my week pretty much.
Alright. So I think that wraps up our stories, and I think this will just pretty much bleed into the
Hopefully, this should bleed into the patch job I'm about to do. Sorry if it sucks.
we'll go back to the past.
Going taking you back to the past. We're not playing shitty games that suck ass though. They're pretty good so far.
Right.
We'll get to the shitty ones. Anyway, here comes the rest of the podcast. Look out.
Alright, see it. So what I did with my week is I ended up finishing a bunch of stuff again.
Yes.
So, what is kind of a weird thing is both of the animes I finished watching are
Oh.
just kind of neat.
serendipitous.
Yeah, so one of them that's coming out is, which is a period piece set in the 1900s, where it's obviously set in Japan, because where else would it not be? Anime. And it's about this soldier who, also topical,
Wow. Okay.
he ends up finding this old man, and the old tells him a story about this gold that these kind of like the portrayal of pretty much Japanese Indians,
Okay.
like Native
Natives.
American Indians.
Okay.
The guy's like, okay, maybe this story's real or fake or whatever. But the old man ends up running away, and he's like, oh, this story seems a little bit more real now.
Okay. Plausible.
And the old man's trying to kill him.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But obviously, since he's a soldier from Russia,
He
or
fucked
the
him
soldier that fought against Russia,
Sure, he didn't have any problems dealing with the old man.
yeah. So during that point, a little girl ends up coming by and helps the soldier out. I can't even remember their names, which is kind of a sad thing. But oh right, Otto,
Okay.
because his nickname is the.
Oh, what a good name.
It actually makes a lot more sense when you watch the anime and you're like, oh, okay, cool. He's kind of a badass.
It's like the police inspector in Rurouni Kenshin. I don't remember his name either.
But yeah, they end up pretty much after that. The girl and they end up teaming up because the girl eyes with the gold, because the gold was stolen from technically her tribe.
Okay. Interesting.
And so the main gimmick of the whole story is that the person that stole all the gold ends up going to gets caught
Okay.
and they he makes this weird intricate map of tattoos, and he gives it he tattoos all these prisoners.
Now this is starting to sound familiar. Okay.
And
Everyone has a piece of the map on them.
right. So he tattoos all these prisoners, and they're pretty much like it's all coordinated.
Oh.
So he planned this out to where all these group of criminals go on this cart, and then of course they escape from the cart, and they all.
Okay. Oh man.
And the other thing,
Dragon Balls.
you have the freaking and it's not really a spoiler, but there's end up like 25 to 40 prisoners that they end up.
Okay. So there's plenty of stuff to watch.
Yeah.
Basically.
So they end up finding a few of the prisoners, and they
Find a wandering mother base soldier.
and not to spoil too much, they end up finding these other groups of people that are also looking for the gold. Like, no, this is not really a spoiler. So, is also a Japanese soldier, but what is kind of cool about him though is he has like this metal plate on his head. And he literally, like, the first sentence, or like one of the first sentences he says, is that he lost a part of his brain,
Oh my god.
his frontal lobe.
Shit. He got lobotomized in the war. It makes him the ultimate warrior.
And what's kind of funny too is like there's a lot of cool, really funny bits in this anime. Like, there's a part where they end up getting this sea otter from a person.
Okay.
It's like a random sea otter, and of course, since it's back in the day, they.
Right.
But what's funny is I guess sea otter is used for like a thing where it makes you more aroused.
As a
Like a
chocolate is one.
like a
What is it called? Aphrodisiac.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of, but I didn't think that was the
Sea
word.
otter is an aphrodisiac.
It apparently has like pheromones inside it.
What the fuck, Asia?
So
Stop grinding up animals into powder.
it was given to these two that were perceived as a couple, but they ended up taking the sea otter. I ended up taking the sea otter with the other group of guys,
Okay.
and they ended up getting caught in a locust storm. So they're like, okay, what do we do? We can't stay in here forever and starve. This thing's gonna last. So they end up cooking the sea otter. And obviously some hijinks ensue, and it's literally just a bunch of like muscly men.
Oh no.
Like it's a little funny, like a bunch of
being like-
muscly men just literally flexing upon each other like, damn, why is Sugimoto so hot all of a sudden?
Just being horny.
God
Low-key
damn.
horny. That sounds hilarious.
There's a lot of funny stuff,
I'll
and a lot
watch
of
that.
weird stuff too. Because back to the guy with the faceplate. There's like a scene where he gets like really like friends with like this oh, now I'm forgetting this word now. A person that like sews animals and they stuff them and they make statues out of them.
Taxidermist.
Yeah, taxidermist. And taxidermist is obviously crazy, but
he's like, look at my
sewing and stuff and the
incredible.
there's a lot of great moments of the show.
Everything you tell me about this makes me want to watch it more.
I know it's pretty good. Season at the end of the year.
To watch now. On a weird tangent, somewhat related to the otter thing.
Oh God.
I don't remember where I heard this from or what part of the U.S. it was in, but there used to be this cult that
Great start.
they got kicked out of this city, right? Somewhere near a river. So these beavers had a disease that was really bad for humans, but they were so far outside the city it was fine. This cult took those beavers, blended them up, and then put them in the river.
Jesus
so
Christ.
The town's water supply would be poisoned.
Holy fuck. Where'd you even hear this story?
I don't remember. I don't know why I felt the need to bring it up, but the sea otter thing reminded me of that. Anyway, sorry for being a downer.
No, that's fine. That's still a weird, kind of a neat story.
Somebody knows. I think it's part of some kind of documentary on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Way back in the day. I think Wild Wild Country, I think it's called.
Huh. I didn't even know there was a thing about it.
I'll have to check out. I'll put it in the video somewhere. Not the beavers part, just the name of the documentary.
And the beavers.
And I'm
Random
gonna put
beavers.
something in
It was part-timer.
Ah, yes. I actually watched the first season when it came out.
I think there's only one season.
Since then. Really? They haven't done another season yet?
No, I think it's only the one season.
It's been so long.
It's been a while. I think it was, what, 2016? 2017?
I was like fresh out of high school just watching this.
Yeah, I remember hearing it around that time.
It's great. I levels a part-timer. He doesn't want to go back. 'Cause it sucks. He just wants to work at McDonald's.
It's, yeah, pretty much.
McDonald's? I think that's it. So many fake McDonald's in anime.
I love it. That reminds me of the Welcome to America with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Surprised there's not more fake KFCs, given how popular it is there.
Well, there's a fake KFC and Devil's Part-Timer.
Oh, that's right, huh?
It's like SFC.
SFC? It's like the evil corporation.
Yeah. But, yeah, I actually didn't think it was gonna be like it was. So I thought it was just gonna be legit, just like isekai, like straight up comedy.
No, there's some
Maybe like-
there's some drama in there.
Well, like,
Maybe like more like slice of life. I was more like thinking, you know, like more lighthearted, and like it was just more like hijinks. Like the devil just used like this crazy power just to solve his issues.
Right. Now it's a little more involved than that.
Yeah, I actually didn't know. I was like, oh, he literally doesn't have his powers until.
Yeah, it takes a while. Otherwise, he's just a dude with a name that the Japanese government outlawed.
Was it?
Yeah, his name is so old, the Japanese government is like, no, you can't do that, which is a real thing.
Oh,
There are
I
single
never knew
character
that.
names that are so old, the Japanese government just doesn't want to deal with them anymore, so they outlawed them.
Neat.
And they kind of force you to use the newer Japanese system. It's very weird.
I never knew that actually. Well, that was a little gag in the.
Yes, exactly. His name is like Obito or something.
Character.
His fuck was his name? Something really short. And everyone's like, you can't have a name that short.
It might flash my mind, but I highly doubt it will. Oh, nice.
He
Like,
moves into an old ass house, so nobody has. This is what we got.
well, also,
I actually thought it was. No, it was only one season. I thought there was like two
Yeah,
seasons
that's
at least.
the worst part about it is it's so short because it's good. The depressed guy. He's really me.
The computer dude.
Yeah.
He does remind me of you a little bit.
He just doesn't want to go outside. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good though. Regardless, it kind of got me in the mood to maybe watch. I'm blanking so hard on these names. Kind of.
Oh, Konosuba?
Yeah, Konosuba. I was thinking like Monogatari, but that isn't right.
Monogatari?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I think that's like light etchy.
I think it has a little bit more itchy in there. I think it actually
I
shows.
think Konosuba is also pretty etchy,
Yeah.
given darkness and aqua.
I think literally, doesn't
He also steals Mega Man's panties several times. He steals everyone's panties several times, actually. That's his power. He steals panties.
Well,
I've only seen clips of it, but wasn't there like an episode where he's like big old like boob lady?
What?
Yeah. Have you ever seen it? Might have been the movie.
I haven't seen that. I've only seen like a couple episodes, and I know enough from memes how the characters are. Otherwise, I'm pretty in the dark about it. I don't know the plot or anything. I just know the characters are goofy and the comedy's really good.
yeah.
I just like what I just thought like what
I think it's
the devil part-timer was is literally just gonna be like Konosuba, but like devil.
I think it's like sword art, but if they were actually in a fantasy setting and it was goofy as fuck instead of serious as shit.
Right. But I was kind of hoping.
Fuck.
I think it's only on like Crunchyroll or whatever, which is kind of fine since I mean, because wasn't there like a thing where like Funimation's like literally just turning into Crunchyroll?
Yeah, something like that's happening.
Like-
I think they're merging.
Yeah, which is kind of strange. Oh, you know what fucking sucks though? It's like not on the news or anything, but like what's kind of crazy is I heard that Crunchyroll watch.
Really?
Yeah,
Even if you pay for it?
no, when you I think you can't like free to watch it anymore. Kind of fucking sucks.
Who the hell's gonna use Crunchyroll anymore?
But yeah, so that was pretty much all the anime I watched, but the last thing I Pocket Aces, which is fucking nice. It's technically the best hand in poker. Hopefully I fucking get a good hand or a good river.
Oh, please. Doesn't.
So far it's actually not too bad. Technically I have the best thing unless someone has a
They are
freaking
wild
two
as fuck.
kings. Or technically two pairs of any of these.
And oof.
That's fine. What I'm doing for the week was I ended up finishing Lost Judgment, which was really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Ever like played a game?
We were like, hey, the antagonist has like a really good point, and I agree with him.
Yes, actually.
Yeah,
It's been a while, but yes.
yeah. There's a rare times where that happens, and you're like, oh,
It's like, why won't the game
Okay.
let me join him?
time to reevaluate my like mental compass here, because I'm
Let
like,
me think about myself for a minute. This is making me.
am
feel
I an
things.
antagonist?
Are we the baddie, Snake?
But yeah, so pretty much the whole story of Lost Judgment. Ever heard of bullying, Mike?
I have.
It's a thing.
I may have heard of it once or
Lost
twice.
Judgment fucking hates bullying, and it's gonna fucking tell you.
Good.
It's a trip, man. Like, I can't spoil it if someone's gonna listen to this, but yeah,
Us.
He hates bullying, and he's gonna tell you that he hates bullying.
Strong anti-bullying message from the Yakuza / Judgment series. Better watch out, nerds. The Yakuza's coming for you.
What's kind of neat though about this one is it kind of like took a little bit of a Yakuza 0, which was kind of neat because it allowed you to have like multiple styles of fighting. And you kind of seen it because when I showed him the secret.
Oh yeah, he showed me Sephiroth of this game.
Yeah, I pretty much showed him
Just got his
Sephiroth.
Ass lasered by meteors and Hadoukens all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed when I was playing, but I had like 3 styles. So the blue one is Crane style, which is like kicks and like sweeps, so it gets all like AoEs. Holy fuck, 3 queens. Folding that. 101, and that's your DPS style. So you're just like, fucking, I'm swinging. Then the new styles in this game, which is snake style, which is technically like guards and like counters.
Okay.
So you literally like
Interesting.
when someone's like swinging, and then you like smack them in the back.
Okay. So you have AoE's straight attack and a defensive attack, kind of.
Yeah, and then what's kind of neat too is I don't know, I don't think this is DLC because I technically unlocked it as DLC early, but you also get a boxing style which is yellow.
Ooh. Boxing style.
So
Change because I didn't really do any of the school
yeah.
this main story done, so that way I can technically get any. But it's kind of crazy how much the school actually locks out of you, because I ended up looking this up because we're playing the Judgment version of the poker games,
Right.
but the Lost Judgment version of the casino games is not unlocked unless you do the school.
Oh, so you had to go through the whole school, basically,
Yeah, so
to get all the games.
yeah, so this game is kind of thing. Like it literally has like 2 separate stories you can do,
Okay.
which is the main story, which is like the literally bread and butter. And then you have the school stuff, which is kind of like clubs you can do,
Oh my god. No.
and it's
For each of those clubs has their own little tasks to do.
yeah. So like you have the dance club, which is your rhythm game,
Some good old DDR.
Which is kind of neat.
really good rhythm game. Oh yeah, we got our first note. No, keep it in.
Answer it though.
We
Where
back?
were we?
Okay.
uh,
Back from the phone call.
Yakuza school.
So, wow, this is a really good hand.
Nice.
So,
You win.
yeah, so dancing is your rhythm game. You have like a drone class where you like race your drones and battle your drones against each other. There's a boxing club. So, what's kind of weird though, you can't really develop it until you.
Interesting.
Which is
I mean, I get it, but
Is it worth it?
I mean, I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. So you still have yet to do that.
But even though like the boxing style was kind of like, was
not really
fully developed, it was actually a pretty decent style. Even though it's like not, I don't know if it's like DLC or not. I look at like some of the descriptions of stuff. It always like just shows the 3 styles, which is crane, tiger, and snake.
It doesn't show the box. It doesn't have like or something.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think that's probably like the biggest thing. It's like since it's not even called anything.
It sounds like it was added in afterwards, or somebody was working on it and they just like snuck it in there, even though it wasn't done yet.
So, but another neat thing is I haven't even done it yet, but actually recently they added the Kaito files.
Oh.
So that's your
Like your partner, pretty much.
both games.
Oh, okay. And you can see what he's up to,
Pretty much. I actually think it's just a straight up site.
kind of like Daxter, like Jack and Daxter, if anybody knows what that is.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I ever played the games, so I can't really compare it.
We're gonna, don't you worry. I don't know how we're gonna play Daxter, but we'll play the first 3 Jack and Daxters.
We'll get a PSP Go and let it rot.
I have a Vita with Daxter on it, but I don't know how that works.
You get a Vita TV.
Oh, it's true. You could get a Vita
We'll have to find one of those
in
though.
this day and age.
They're hard to find.
I was gonna say, how expensive would that be these days? Yeah,
But-
oh well. I love my Vita. I'll just say that.
Other than that, that's pretty much what I've done with my week. Obviously, I'm a Yakuza fan, so the Rio Gatako series. I can't say that right.
Yeah, it was close enough. I won't judge you for it. Shit's hard.
So I guess we can get on to the news now, even though we don't have ad time.
At time.
Not yet.
Not
You guys
today
made
though.
it a full level.
Exactly. Sorry.
But other than that, I don't think there's slow. It's a pretty slow week.
It was a very slow week. We have maybe 2 topics to talk about. 3, if the last ninja counts.
Just our own.
Okay. So, Kingdom Hearts 4 or Vicarious Visions?
Let's just start with Vicarious Visions, because I'm just gonna talk a shit ton.
Alright.
So yeah, Vicarious Visions is technically gone.
I've just learned this today,
So
and I'm devastated.
I read, and so technically what happened is that Vicarious Visions is technically owned by Activision / Blizzard, and so pretty much Activision was like, hey, we're pretty much just gonna disband you guys to just make Overwatch 2 forever.
They went the way of Visceral.
You're gonna make Overwatch 2?
And Diablo 4, because we lost all those people because of the acquisitions and all that.
The story gets worse and worse. No.
Well, I mean, Bobby Kotick's not there anymore. Yet.
That's true.
He's gonna be there.
For a little.
He's there somewhere.
But
At least not from Vicarious Visions, who has been handling the property for at least 20 years at this point.
yeah.
On and off, of course. The first time I remember them from is the Game Boy Advance. There was a Game Boy Advance version of the first Crash, kind of. It's called Crash's Adventure. And that was, I think, Vicarious Visions' first game they developed. And that's not probably totally accurate, but that's my first experience with them.
Did you ever play any of the console games? Like
Oh yeah, I played
the recent Crash or the recent Tony Hawk?
the Remastered Trilogy, the most recent Tony Hawk for sure. I played that too. CTR, I don't remember if that was Vicarious, but I played that.
I think it
a
was.
fuckload. And it was so true to the original. I'm so sad they're gone. Oh, it was a fantastic remaster.
I'm kind of glad they
very
remade that
faithful.
one. If only they remade 4. Like,
Real though,
I love
4 was so good.
4 was really good.
you're able to freaking go to the zoo.
Alcatraz,
Yeah, Alcatraz is pretty good.
the zoo level. Forgot all about that level. I kind of hope they just remake all of them. That'd be some.
1 and 2, right?
Yeah, just 1 and 2. Not even 3 and 4.
Isn't 3 like a black sheep of the series, or is that one good?
Now that I think about it, I don't hear much about 3 either. It's 1, 2, and 4. And then American Wasteland. Everybody loves that one. And the Underground series. That's good for different reasons. But basically, they're all the same game.
That's the one we played together.
Undergrounds? What did we play?
We played 4 and American Wasteland.
Was it American?
Wasteland?
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
that's the one I have on the GameCube. I used to have the Undergrounds, but I don't know what happened to them.
I know you always kick my butt at those ones. I kicked your butt at 4, though.
You sure do. There's like very subtle differences between the games, but it's enough that Jeremy's really good at one and I'm really good at the other.
Right.
And there's no overlap, which is
None.
weird because they're in the same series.
It's gonna be missed because it's always hard to say, like, you know, it's another company gone, technically. Because you can even say that with all the...
So
Sooner or later, they're all going to be merged together.
soon they'll all be one big corporation.
I know, and all these indie studios are gonna be the next third parties.
Exactly.
Which is it's gonna be a whole cycle soon.
Wild times right now. But as sad as these studios go, you know, there's going to be better ones rising in their places eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever rise to the levels of success they were at with their established franchises back in the day, but I'm sure they still have lots to offer.
Well, even speaking of Blizzard, since they're going to be put into that, because I'll just date the episode. This is technically posted on Friday. We're recording on Friday or Thursday.
Oh,
And the Overwatch trailer came out for Overwatch 2, which I haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
Just because I'm kind of burnt out on Overwatch
I might get into.
when it comes out, but we'll see.
I'll be honest with you, I thought the trailer came out like 2 years ago. And they've just been developing the game since then.
Well, they revealed it, but this is like a.
Like a character trailer, and like
Okay.
they're like,
Right. It could be just like a cinematic, pretty much. Blizzard's good at the cinematics, so...
well, I wouldn't even say that. Freaking recently, at like the end of Overwatch,
Uh-oh. They're slipping.
you had the freaking sick Bastion trailer where it was like shoots, it has memories and it shoots the
Blast
gun.
down the forest.
Wait till like the last few characters and they only have like little slideshows of.
Oh, like the Elden Ring intro.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's like, yeah, it was pretty much just like that. And
Sad.
I know it's I don't know.
Well, I can only hope they were putting those resources towards the actual gameplay, which I kind of doubt. But
I mean, they were saying,
single player, huh?
yeah,
Okay. Now I'm kind of interested.
I kind of feel like.
this is a single player.
Definitely. The heroes need, like, a story that's not mostly connected through online interaction.
Hero.
Is that what she said?
She shows up and puts her hand out, and then the rubble falls and crushes the girl. Overwatch 2.
Yeah, that's how that one
That's
starts.
how it opens. And they deserve to have their hard work praised and paid for, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Still people working on that shit.
Yeah, still gets people paid their salaries that I hope deserve to get paid instead of the scum.
Yeah. Get rid of the scum, please.
No one likes the
Then we'll
scum.
talk Blizzard.
KH4 trailer.
Yeah, I didn't know about this either. First and second game, never played it myself.
Like, you watch the full playthroughs or just bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. I understand what happens in the first game, not so much the second game. And I watched you do the third game a little bit. And that was like
When it
more
came out
confusing.
at the time.
It was worse. And I know they set it up for a sequel at the end, so I'm not entirely surprised.
Right. I guess it's obviously not really a spoiler because the freaking trailer spoils itself.
Yeah, as they tend to do.
So, wait, how should I word it? So, in the trailer, Sora wakes up as more of a Final Fantasy character than a Disney character.
Oh.
So he looks more like a pretty boy. He looks more like a K-pop star now.
Awesome.
And
No.
they're not as huge anymore.
Okay.
And he wears tennis shoes.
Just regular shoes. Thank God, big shoe crisis is over.
He's waking up in pretty much a metropolitan area. Kind of like somewhere in downtown Japan somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
In real life.
Oh dear. Okay. So it's like an actual Japanese location,
Yeah.
give or take.
I don't remember where
Probably
they
a
said
few
they found
buildings or
it.
two.
So he ends up. You wouldn't know her because she's actually based off the character.
Lovely.
And apparently the mobile games are really important now. So
Gotta get those gotcha games in there.
I don't know how canon they are. You don't have to play the mobile games to understand what they're about.
Okay.
But
But these characters from the mobile games are important now.
yeah.
Okay.
And technically you could say like at the end of 3, because one kind of technically cameos at the end.
I remember.
And
I guess that's fine. As long as they're like not doing anything like canon.
like technically exclusive to where like
Yeah. If they don't have any like little bits of lore or traits or like red herrings for the fourth game or anything like that, then it's fine.
I mean if 3 is anything to go by, in 3 they pretty much said, hey, we're gonna recap a little bit of what happened in the past games and what's
Right.
technically important now.
Imagine it'd be like Fire Emblem Fates, where it's the story's just this thing happening, and there's all these random characters showing up, basically, who aren't canon in that story, but they're there anyway. Something like that.
I mean,
Who's playing?
I am.
Okay.
I'll play him. That way you can just watch the absolute absurdity, which is the KH timeline.
I'll play the first one at least. I don't mind. I don't know if I can take much more than that.
I'm all easily.
In the
Goddamn.
trailer, it pretty much
Him. This.
Okay.
or quadrat.
Quadraxis.
And it's technically their version of the Afterworld.
Okay.
And
It's getting more convoluted.
oh yeah. And I haven't even gotten to the point that this is technically a new arc of the story. So this is technically KH1 of part whatever.
No more.
So she's telling him about where he is and whatever, and then this Heartless shows up in the middle of the city and starts wreaking havoc. And then it goes into a bit of like kind of obscure gameplay, I would call it. Like it's extreme subject to change.
It's like dev footage, kind of.
Yeah,
More or less.
it's more like a
scripted.
Yeah, it's like extremely.
Okay.
but it's just just giving
Mhm.
And wow.
That's sick. His new kicks.
He also
It's a little weird. I mean, I kind of get it because it's like,
Like he's in real life now or something.
yeah, it's like he's like having like the how he used to walk in the old game or run in the old games, but it's like you wouldn't really look like you were run like that.
I can see it in my head.
It's kind of
It definitely looks weird, but like he's running like normally
yeah.
for himself, even though it looks weird. Okay, yeah, I see it in my head.
He's running at the Heartless, and then he just starts to zip across like
sidewalks, and then he's
pretty much like slingshot himself.
heartless.
Mm-hmm.
Then the
Heartless swings at him, and he like tunnels through like this like a hallway of like glass or whatever. You'll see it in the trailer.
Okay.
And then he ends up doing like this you wouldn't know what it is. It's called a shot lock. But the Heartless, and then the pretty much it goes into cutscene mode again, and it like the camera goes all the way up to this
and then
you end up seeing the Organization 13 coat guy.
Right. Oh.
And then you would, again, wouldn't know this because you're so far behind. But it's where it's taking place is called the Master of Masters arc.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Master arc or whatever.
This is like
Which is I guess
Organization 13-2, kind of.
I wouldn't say 13. I guess for what the breadcrumbs that left from last time, it's 7.
7, that's right. I remember there was more hooded people, but there
Yeah, it's like 7 now or something like that.
what Xehanort got that chest, right? Some kind of item that had something in it. I somewhat remember the last bit of Kingdom Hearts 3. He had like a thing, and then these people showed up and they were like, "Oh, he got the thing. Let's open the thing."
I just missed a full house or a flush. Oops. Oh well.
Damn.
And then it pretty much just ends there.
it just says,
Oh, and then there's a little teaser bit or a little stinger, I should say. And it shows Donald and Goofy in this like literally like black area. It's really dark. And people are speculating that they're in Olympus Coliseum and they're searching for Hades or something. And
Okay.
and then
Interesting.
and then but people are thinking that they saw a foot of
Holy shit. Now I have to scrub every. Well, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, but the two of them together sounds interesting, and I kind of want to see that.
So, in my case, I don't know how I feel about Star Wars or Kingdom Hearts.
Well, can you imagine though the Keyblade saber? How dumb / cool that would look.
I don't know. It depends on how they integrate it.
Also, I don't
I don't
know.
know how I feel about it. Because a lot of
People are like saying like, how sick would it be if Sora fought Vader? But in my eyes, I think that's so.
That would be really dumb. Can you imagine Vader being like, Sora, join the dark side?
darkness.
That's what he would say. I bet you that's
darkness in your
100%.
heart.
Instead of dark side, everyone will say darkness.
Join the darkness.
And then Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Join me, Sora. And together we shall rule the Wizarding Cup. Quidditch to the end, bitch.
God.
The Dark Lord.
I mean, Palpatine just says, "Do it,
He's just Star Wars Voldemort.
do it, go to the dark side, or join the darkness, or
Kill him.
yeah." Then he says, "Kill Darth Vader."
Unlimited power. Then he blasts Mace Windu out a window.
I don't know. I
I guess it'd be cool. It could be also extremely lame.
Oh, it's good.
everyone
Loves that,
Fighting the Final Fantasy characters is great.
and that's another thing too. A lot of people were
and how they were.
pretty much like cameos or like integrated in the story somehow.
Right, they're characters of one universe, but they're really well integrated into the Kingdom Hearts universe somehow.
Right. Well, it's just like it kind of just makes sense somehow, you know?
Oh, definitely. They fit in with Sora for sure.
Like they-
Disney stuff, not so much.
Yeah.
The world that Sora inhabits, and they tend to inhabit too, is really good.
And then
Another thing he kind of emphasized is
it goes into the actual story of the Disney World. Now, own thing, and I mean, it just kind of still just pads it out in the end, because sometimes when you look at the and you look at these just random story events, you're just like, this is just pretty much just like,
That's just filler.
filler.
This is just shit happening on a screen, basically.
like for example, you revisit the Night Before Christmas world, and a lot of people really love this world because it's aesthetic, a lot of sense,
Right.
but you. And it pretty much ends up to where the heart gets stolen, and it's pretty
Back trying to find
much out where the hell the heart went. And then you go to the Christmas land, you're like, where the heck is the heart? And you go to the three little fuck, and you're like, did you do anything with the heart? And they're like, no. And then you end up seeing, ended up taking the heart,
Okay.
whatever.
like I was the
We'll
Really.
yeah.
with
Yeah, the Disney World. Because
is in KH1, I would say did the Disney World's a little bit better. Because in KH1, you ended up looking. The whole mission of why you're going around these Disney Worlds is because you're trying to find your friends. And
you could kind of see why that's more.
more important, because you're actually there for a reason.
Right. Not just for some random stupid bullshit that doesn't help you out.
Yeah. And
I assume.
yeah. The only thing I kind of remember is the only reason why you're going in the worlds in KH2 is because Yen Sid, look out for Heartless. Go see what if you need to help these worlds, because Heartless is doing Heartless things.
Okay.
/ nobody's doing nobody things.
Gotcha. So he's basically just like, look at these side quests. More or less.
And then in KH3, I think it's kind of the same situation.
There were arenas, right? Yeah. Was that every area have one of those, or is that like a special thing?
I don't-
Yeah.
That's pretty much only in the Olympus Coliseum.
Okay. That's the only place.
It's just like, hey, go to these worlds and see if you can find the power. MacGuffin.
Hunt for the Triforce shards.
Pretty much. And then, literally at the end of Cage 3,
Oh, you had the.
I'm Sora.
It was the friends we made along the way.
And it actually is a thing, too. I can
Pointed out where someone actually says that.
Get the Chozo artifacts. Whoops, you had them the whole time. That's what that's like. Being punched in the face.
yeah, like...
Makes me angry, and I haven't even played the game.
And I mean, I love Kingdom Hearts, regardless. I think I like it more, mainly because of gameplay. I'd say I'm more 60 gameplay, 40 story.
It's
Not being retarded.
I feel the same way, kind of. I've played, technically, I've only ever really played the first one. I didn't get very far, but I've watched friends and family play through all the way the first and the second one, and I watched Jeremy play some of the third one. Mm-hmm. And I don't hate it. It's interesting. It's goofy as fuck. Doesn't make any sense, but it's interesting for sure.
Like I said, like, freaking when it gets to the KH bits, it's when it's at its peak.
Definitely.
And like when it gets like the crazy, like, full-on super boss Sephiroth fights, that game fucking rocks.
It's Dragon Ball. And then it goes back to like slice of life.
No, I'd say it's like like Bleach.
Oh.
It's absolutely dreadful, but like when it...
Oh man. Any anime from that era, your filler episodes are worthless.
But yeah, I think that's my soapbox for freaking KH4. It's great, and
Star Wars.
/ Marvel. I mean,
I'll have to see it.
it just depends.
I want to see the Star. I think the Star Wars stuff can work somehow. I don't know about the Marvel stuff. Depends on what hero they stick in there.
Right. I mean, I guess
the Star Wars stuff will still be goofy though.
I mean,
Never doing Marvel stuff.
I pretty much guarantee it'll just be straight up event.
That Avengers game. It's for the fake Avengers, in air quotes.
Donald, I'm feeling this fading feeling.
Gosh.
I'm fading.
I can't even do a
Donald voice.
And then Sora holds Goofy like he did Spider-Man.
And he goes, no.
Yeah.
And then it ends.
Oh man.
The story will be continued in Kingdom Hearts 5. That's everything, actually. That's everything.
I think the only other thing we were gonna talk about was Last Ninja, because we're just gonna bullshit about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think this episode's kind of got long enough.
Yeah, well, just to give a quick mention, shout out to Awful Games Done Quick. Last Ninja playthrough, 2016?
I don't remember the
I don't
year.
remember the runner's name, but he feeds a jaguar cocaine.
It was really funny.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing ever.
Oh man.
There's no threat from the bees.
Yeah, if you ever
Fit the game.
I know.
get like 40 minutes until world record, just 30
By, like,
minutes, or 30 seconds.
3 minutes or something.
I don't remember.
Somewhere between 3 to 30 seconds. 3 minutes to 30 seconds.
Anyways.
So
So we still have no mail time box. I think that's the end of this episode.
Show is.
All right, Mike.
If you have questions, comments, anything of that matter, put them down below.
Yeah,
In the comments.
As long as they're not stupid.
I know, right?
Idiots.
Alright.
See you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.